Hey guys, today we are going to talk about will Frogan settle? So Denons alluded to, in her response to Casey Tron's settlement in that video, she alluded to Frogan also potentially settling. Now, we know from the case docket that not much has been updated. In fact, Frogan has saved so much money. Number one, she stopped talking about Ethan Klein. Even during a podcast where the co-host really wanted the drama, she avoided the topic of Ethan Klein completely. So to my knowledge, she has not mentioned Ethan Klein's name since she has been sued, outside of the fundraiser and the first GoFundMe attempts. Unlike Denons, unlike Casey Tron, she's kind of just left that behind. Listen to her lawyer. Now we're going to get to the lawyer. There are three important parts of why she will absolutely settle. Number one is how she was acting and behaving. She acts and behaves as someone who wants to settle. If you are settling with someone, you don't publish videos, you don't go after that person's family or coworkers or business. You just be quiet. Any lawyer is going to tell you this. How difficult is this to do in actuality? Well, you look at Denons, her response, me. You look at Billy Mitchell versus Carl Jobs. You look at how many videos Carl Jobs made about Billy Mitchell after he was sued for defamation. It's not easy for a content creator to do, to just stop making content about a person suing you. And that is something Frogan has been able to do. It reminds me of kind of like CoffeeZilla. As soon as Logan Paul sued CoffeeZilla, nope, no more. Outside of, again, the initial fundraising efforts, no more talk, especially critical of Logan Paul from CoffeeZilla. So that is the smart thing to do legally, and it will save you a lot of money down the road. Now, another thing to look at is the docket. So here you have Denon saying, while Casey and likely Frogan have caved to Ethan Klein. What does have caved mean? That kind of probably means settlement, right? There's probably an apology video coming out soon. I would predict it. What else could cave to? If anyone would be interested in where Frogan currently is, whether or not Frogan would fight this, it would be Denons. It would be a quick phone call. They've met in person. There's pictures of them together. They both live in Los Angeles. They both love her son. It is not out of the question that they had a discussion between those two. Now, the second point I'm going to make is the docket. And the docket, she didn't even spend the money to do a response. So if you look at H3 Snark and there are thousands of pages of responses, that costs some amount of money. Even though H3 Snark's lawyer didn't go to law school, 1,000 pages of legal material being sent through the court, talking about at least $50,000, $100,000, $150,000, right? Just from somebody making all that content, sourcing the content, citing the things. This is not Frogan. Frogan has not even responded. All we know, so her lawyer has not even responded to the initial lawsuit. That's wild, right? I mean, we are in December right now. There was supposed to be a response sometime in October, so they extended it the whole way out. We are months away from a response, which gets me to the lawyer. So the lawyer is probably the key component. I'm going to make my argument on the lawyer. He is not, to me, does not appear to be a litigation lawyer. The Nakia law firm is just Nakia. There might be some paralegals, but under attorneys, there are no other attorneys. They're just him when you click on the profile. It's effective and affordable counsel. Let me repeat that again. Effective and affordable. This entire setup by Frogan, evading service, was about money. Frogan is the end of Casey Tron loves money. Frogan, they all love money, right? They all love your donations and all this good stuff, especially around the holidays. when they really push for it. This law firm, I think, is a great law firm because it's effective and affordable. That's how he's branding himself. That's the first page that you see, and the header is the second word you see outside of the tabs is affordable. He is a affordable attorney. Now, the fact that Ethan Klein has shown to Frogan that I'm willing to settle, I just need an apology and then whatever your GoFundMe accounts if you have any extra money, which you probably don't. Why would Frogan not settle? These are the terms he probably have been waiting for. In fact, she will probably say even more crazy stuff than Casey Tron. When I mean crazy stuff, I mean crazy for her. This is a clear example of, I think, effective legal counsel. Hey, we're not going to win this. We're going to spend $500,000 defending you, but we're not going to win. Let's try to figure out how to spend at the least amount of money possible to get out of this situation. So you're guilty of copyright infringement. You agree? Yes, I agree. Okay. We need to we don't even do a response. A response costs $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. Denon's initial response probably cost $15,000 based on who her law firm is. Casey Tron's probably cost more than that because she not only had Denon's law firm, she had her own additional law firm in Missouri to look over the response and approve of it. This is an individual who is copyright litigation here, trademark trial, and copyright litigation is all the way at the bottom. Copyright registration, which is something that Ethan Klein did. Ethan Klein could even hire him to do this. DMCA takedowns, work for hire agreement, copyright cease and desist. So at the very end, he lists his litigation, and this is the correct mindset, in my opinion. If you can settle, settle. No need to pay lawyers more money than your case is even worth. If you've committed copyright infringement, like Casey Tron openly admits that she has done, this is not a frivolous lawsuit, as he would say, then just settle. There's no point in dragging this out longer. There's no point in the mental strain or the legal fees or the invoicing. Just settle and get it over with. That is the best. It is both effective and affordable, right? So it is so cheap. This is such a cheap route to settle that a response wasn't even filed. A response was not even filed. Frogan is going to get out, just like Casey Tron. I don't think Casey Tron paid much money. They're going to get out of this pretty much scot-free. They took a punishment. The punishment was a public apology, and that's all that Ethan Klein really wanted. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I think the lawyer, when you look at the lawyer and you look at what he's done in past cases that he's done or not done, it becomes really apparent that this guy is just going to settle. Anyway, bye guys.